Dozens of sexual assault victims in Indiana are forced to drive hours away for medical care. CBS 4 problem solver Angela Brower investigates a shortage of specialized nurse examiners and how it can set attackers free.
We woke up, I remember because I looked at the clock, and there were 6 men around our bed.
It was a random attack. 2013, 6 armed men broke into the Potenza's Meridian Hills house.
Well, they were in our house for 2 hours.
They were looking for money, for drugs.
I decided to try to run, and that's when I was sexually assaulted.
Eileen Potenza is outspoken about her assault. She's talked to CBS 4 multiple times, detailing the night of that attack.
I remember laying on the floor right here.
Her daughter, just 24 years old at the time of that crime, was also sexually assaulted.
A lot of the assaults took place in here, in this room.
Immediately after the attack, both Eileen and adolescent Potenza were rushed to the hospital. They saw a sexual assault nurse examiner, and the information gathered there helped convict their attackers. But Angie Morris with the Indiana Sexual Assault Nurse Examiners Training Project says not every victim has that same experience.
This is a public health crisis.
The same training project did a survey and found out of Indiana's 92 counties, more than 60, including Hamilton County, do not have a single sexual assault nurse examiner. That means men and women are walking into hospitals for help and either being treated by untrained examiners.
More than likely, that evidence is never going to be fit for a courtroom, ever.
Or they're being told that they have to go somewhere else, sometimes hours away.
Frequently what happens is that patient will terminate care altogether.
Angie Morris is a saint herself, and she says these certified nurses act as counselors, as medical staff, as investigators, helping the patient from start to finish.
Your physical, emotional, mental, everything.
Making sure that they have a good understanding of what can happen, and if they choose not to, what might result because of that.
Right now, the Indiana Professional Licensing Agency shows Indiana has more than 115,000 registered nurses, RNs. But the same training project says only 45 are certified SANEs helping adults and adolescent victims. 15 are certified specifically to help children.
You know, you are then sending that family on a 2, 3, 4 hour road trip, and that's not including the time of the exam. The system has failed them.
All the while, time is ticking. The state losing potential evidence that could help them prosecute a case.
It's a public safety issue. It's a public health issue.
While the SANE Training Project is investing $3 million to now get more Hoosier nurses on board, state senators tell the CBS 4 problem solvers there is no state initiatives on the agenda that would address this issue.
They were critical, I really think critical, at that very beginning stage.
Victims like Potenza hope that will change.
I have this image of my sexual assault nurse with a halo still. I mean, she just was so kind and always right there when I needed anything. They knew what to do to make sure that we could go back to real life as much as possible.
And Indiana isn't alone. This is a problem nationwide, especially in the Midwest. Take Illinois, for example. They have more than 196,000 registered nurses. As of 2018, 32 were certified to be sexual assault nurse examiners. Their Attorney General's office eventually got involved, and right now that state is actively working to train people. Back here at home, Indiana's AG's office says they're not involved in any similar programs, nor do they plan to get involved anytime soon. In the studio, I'm Angela Brower, CBS 4 News.
Angela, thank you.